Hey y'all, welcome back to Robyn on the Farm. Today I'm going to be making some old-fashioned buttermilk bread, and I'm going to use my bread machine. I'm going to make this entirely in the bread machine. So this is a great recipe to get out your bread machine and make. This is a really simple recipe, and I know you're going to like it. So I'm just going to show you how I put it all together, and I'm just going to get it going, and in a few hours I'm going to have some really, really great bread for me and my family to enjoy. So this is what you're going to need. You're going to need buttermilk. If you don't have buttermilk, I didn't have buttermilk, so I put in 1 1/4 cups of milk, and I put about a tablespoon of white vinegar. You can also use about a tablespoon of lemon juice. So either one that you want. Super simple. If you have buttermilk, even better. But you want 1 1/4 cups of buttermilk. Pour that on in there. Now you want 1/4 cup of sugar. I'm just going to use plain old white sugar. So 1/4 cup of sugar. Just throw that right on in there with your buttermilk. Now you want 1/4 cup of butter or oil, either one. I have 1/4 cup of melted butter, so I'm just going to put this on in there. You can also use like a light tasting sunflower oil, olive oil, any kind of oil you want to use, coconut oil, but I just really like butter in my bread, so that's what I'm going for today. Okay, now I'm going to get out my bread flour. You can use all-purpose flour if you want, but I have bread flour. I like bread flour a little bit better in my breads. It just gives your bread a little bit better texture, a little bit different chew. I like it, I have it, so I'm going to use it. But if you don't have bread flour, use all-purpose flour. It's really not going to make that big of a difference. So you're going to want 3 3/4 cups of flour, bread flour or all-purpose. Okay. 3 3/4. Okay, just throw that on into your bread pan like I did. Okay, now you want 1 1/2 teaspoons of salt. Let's throw that right on in there too. Okay, now it's time for the yeast. This is my active dry yeast. I store it in the freezer. I just get it out right in time to make bread. So if you don't have active dry yeast, you can also use like instant yeast, but you're gonna want 2 teaspoons of yeast. Okay, so just throw that right on in there. Okay, those are all of our ingredients. This is such a simple bread to make. Okay, so now I'm just gonna throw it into my bread maker. And I'm gonna press start. And in just a couple minutes, I'm gonna check the ball of dough and make sure it all came together well. I'll show you that part so you know what it should look like. Okay, so my ball of dough is looking pretty good. You can see it's not too wet, it's not too dry, it's not too sticky. I think it's gonna work out just fine. So you want your ball of dough to look pretty similar to this. If it's a lot more wet and not coming together, add maybe 1/8 cup more of flour at a time until it looks like this. Oh, this dough is smelling good. I can smell the tanginess of the buttermilk. Ooh, it's gonna be good. It's been a little bit more than 3 hours. My bread machine just beeped, so it's ready to get our old-fashioned buttermilk bread out of the bread machine and check it out. Let's see. Oh, I wish y'all could smell this in here because it smells so good in my house. Okay, let's just turn it out. Oh, it looks good. It looks really good. Okay, I did the darker crust this time because I forgot to change my settings. Usually I do light crust, but I just let it go at dark crust this time. So I'm gonna just rub some butter all over this bread. The way I like to cool my bread is just put it on a tea towel and then wrap it up in the tea towel, and that just gives you some nice soft crust. That's how I usually let my bread cool. But today, I'm just gonna go ahead and cut into it because I am ready to taste this bread. Ooh, it's hot. I should not be cutting into it. You're supposed to let it cool a little bit before you cut into it for the best crumb. But look at that. Doesn't that look good? Look how nice that old-fashioned buttermilk bread looks. That looks amazing. I can tell it's already gonna be good. It's nice and light and fluffy. Oh, it's gonna be so good. Okay, so I'm just gonna take a little, use my knife and put a little bit of butter on this and just try it out because I know it's gonna taste good. It's so good. This is really good buttermilk bread. Even though we didn't use real buttermilk, even though we did the vinegar and milk substitute for buttermilk, it tastes just like buttermilk. It tastes so good. You have got to try this bread. If you have never tried buttermilk bread, give this a try. Pull out your bread machine and make it. It is amazing. You're gonna love it. This buttermilk bread turned out so good. I am so pleased with it. I'm gonna put the recipe down in the description so you can easily find it. Give this bread a try. Pull out your bread machine, make it. You're gonna love it. I highly recommend it. Thanks for being here with me on Robyn on the Farm. Please like, share, subscribe, and come back next time. I would really appreciate it. I'll see you next time on Robyn on the Farm.